when Jesus wore, oh, when he wore, when Jesus wore, wash my sins away. Oh, happy day, oh, happy day, oh, happy day. When Jesus wore, oh, when he wore, when Jesus wore, wash my sins away. Lord, oh, it's a happy day. Oh, a happy day. Oh, a happy day. When Jesus wore, oh, when he wore, when Jesus wore, he washed my sins away. Oh, a happy day. Oh, 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 happy day. When Jesus wore, oh, when he wore, when Jesus wore, wash my sins away. Lord, oh, it's a happy day. Oh, Lord. Good God.
Hey everybody, we're back and welcome back to Variety Talk Live in Las Vegas. And first of all, I'd like to take time out to thank our ongoing sponsors, because without this show, we actually would not have an opportunity to salute or give tribute or actually recognize those who have made a difference in our lives. So I'd like to begin by thanking this wonderful person who has established not only one, but a chain of restaurants that will change your life. I was there with him last night, and had an opportunity to visit with him and taste the food and smell the aroma. And I can't say anything more than to thank Mr. Larry White of Lolo's Chicken and Waffles right here in Las Vegas. Everybody, it is to die for. So you have to make sure you join us in the upcoming segments where we'll have an opportunity to sit down and talk, have an upfront and personal with Mr. Larry White. What a genuine, humble man. I've never met anyone so humble before, and I guess that's what it takes to build such a wonderful establishment. So we're going to have a conversation with Larry, and that will be next week and the following week. We're also just very, very grateful to Linus Chester, who is the owner and operator of MIH Management Solutions. So for anyone that is interested in actually getting grants and things like that, make sure that you give them a call. We're going to get more in detail about actually what MIH Solutions is all about as we go throughout the upcoming season as well. So it takes more than just one show to recognize these very great businessmen. So without further ado, speaking of great people, we'd like to begin this next segment with one of my favorites, and this is a gentleman who's been out there for a great deal of time, proving to everybody that that voice that he has is pretty effortless. And he's spent time with Donna Summers and all of the disco people, but he's got a flavor all of his own. So without further ado, this gentleman has most importantly worked with the late, great Mr. Edwin Hawkins. And so we'd like to actually we're honored to have him come on as we speak and have the tribute for him. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. James Bradley to the show. Welcome to the show, James.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to always come and visit with you. I just only wish I had Las Vegas weather with me.
I know, huh?
I'm here in New York City, but I will be out in California in the next couple of weeks. Speaking of Edwin Hawkins, as we all know that he passed away on Monday, January 15th. I just can't say enough. He was definitely a mentor, a friend. I sat under his tutelage, and he died at the age of 74. And of course, in the late 60s, his big hit, Oh Happy Day, it rings all over the world. And he is just sadly, oh boy, I still can't get over. I'm just touched very heavily about his passing.
Well, I'll tell you, it was definitely, when people use the term untimely, well, untimely for us, but not in our father's time, but it was definitely unexpected and very painful to those who know and love him. And I can't begin to think of the accomplishments and the impact that he has made on so many people's lives that have made a difference, and including and especially yours, James. Why don't you share with the Variety Talk audience a little bit about your experience? Right, exactly.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say he was one of the most important crossovers song artists that brought gospel music to a whole new wave, meaning the popular audience, gender music, that just crossover music in general. He celebrated artists from all facets of music, and he recognized, one of the great things he recognized, youth and those people that were not able to get around and be fully developed. And I like to say I was one of those persons. To make a long story short, I met Edwin in Saginaw, Michigan in 1988. And he inspired me so through the years with his music. Of course, Oh Happy Day was just one of the biggest hits, along with his family, the Hawkins family. But I had an opportunity to actually sit on his tutelage and work with him. and he used to call me the singer. And he invited me on the road with him every summer. He had a conference, a summer conference, that he went all over the United States with his brother, the late Walter Hawkins. You probably remember him as well.
Absolutely.
And they formed the Music and Arts Love Center Conference. That every summer they went to a different state, and they actually recognized artists in the city, and they attracted so many gospel greats to come in and support the group through teaching, from history, gospel music history, to how to be poised on stage, how to deliver the song, and that included musicians as well. It was just a great experience, and I'm so thankful of that we became friends. Through the years, I began to, get noted coming to the conferences, and he gave me an opportunity to write a song, and hopefully we can play it this evening, called Bless His Holy Name.
Absolutely. We're all set up.
We recorded that song, and he gave young artists, writers, and producers the opportunity to bring songs to the conferences, and
wow.
they selected the best ones.
Wow.
So I was chosen. I thank God for that. And
amazing. Amazing.
Play some of it for him, and from there it's just history. Just great.
That's just so absolutely apropos. Now what we're going to do is take a quick break, and before we do that, Scotty, let's go right on to Bless His Holy Name. Everybody, you're watching Variety Talk Live in Las Vegas, and we're sitting in on a very special tribute to Mr. Edwin Hawkins, and we've got on the phone with us the one and only Mr. James Bradley. Bless His holy name.
I will bless the Lord at all times, and His praise shall be continually in my mouth. Gave me a new start, the renewing of my heart. Now I can say, He made the Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. Everything I need, He will supply. Gave me the victory, now I can see. Glory, hallelujah, He delivered me.
All right, everybody, we're back, and you were just watching Bless His Holy Name with the late, great Edwin Hawkins, and the writer of that wonderful song was Mr. James Bradley, who is yours truly right here on the phone with us. James, wonderful, wonderful accomplishment. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
I can't say enough about your work. It's beyond words. It's beyond words. What, just quickly, in 60 seconds or less, what are your thoughts on that song?
I'm just so thankful that Edwin allowed us to incorporate the message of love, life, and encouragement in our music as young writers and producers and vocalists. Certainly, all over the world, people will probably attest that he was just a celebrated artist, innovator, and definitely a music icon. And his spirit, he was so humble spirit and sharing. He just inspired many of us to be what we are today. In fact, many has went on to be great gospel artists. A few of the artists that he really attracted, Donald Lawrence, Richard Smallwood, John P. Key, to name a few. They're great established recording artists that you probably know of. They just all came and just wowed us all as young artists. And just looking back and remembering sitting in a history class with the late Danny Bell Hall, I just, oh my God, my hands go up and just thank God for all the teaching and understanding what we learned about gospel music as far as the deliverance of it. And the key thing to the music that he and his brother Walter Hawkins relayed to the young artists is that it's the anointing.
Oh,
and
yes.
The scripture says the young artist has to be like singing Levites. You sing the spirit into the church. So when the pastor mounts the podium, all he has to do is preach because the spirit is already there.
Absolutely. And it's so wonderful to hear how he has made such an impact on the youth. And so that, to me, again, as we celebrate the legacy of Dr. King and we talk about all the accomplishments of African Americans throughout the history, those in particular who are and have made an impact in history, I'm just so very proud to be able to speak about Edwin Hawkins in that respect, as well as you, one who has actually written and produced songs for him and sang with him. And speaking of which, we're going to actually close out the show with that particular song. And I'll have to tell you, James, out of all your songs, we're doing this series with you on Legends, and we've had an opportunity to hear at least 3 of your songs. And out of all of the songs, I will have to say I am so touched, and it just changes my entire world. So, Variety Talk family, share this impactful, very auspicious song with me as we close out our show today. James, we appreciate you so much for coming on and sharing this tribute to Edwin Hawkins, and we look forward to you coming back and actually spending more time regarding what's taking place with you in the future. And quickly tell us what's coming up for you. You've got the new CD that you're working on, and you'll be actually dropping your video.
New video coming up in a few weeks.
Okay.
And a lot of great things are coming down the pipe.
All right.
Like the song says, he keeps doing great things for me.
All right.
But I love this song as well.
All right. Well, we're going to have to cut you right there. We thank you so much. Everybody, we are out of time. We're going to close out with I Love the Lord with Mr. Edwin Hawkins and James Bradley. Thank you to Lolo's Chicken and Waffles. We love you so much, and we look forward to spending time with you next week. Thank you so much, Linus Chester. Everybody, make sure you give him a call. Area code 702-448-8159. This gentleman will get you together in regards to management solutions. And guess what? We are out of time. Look forward to seeing you again next week. I'm your host, Linda Leak. Take care.
To know the Lord, to trust the Lord, is to love him, right? I love the Lord with all my heart. for waking me up early this morning. Started me on my way.